Good morning. No, I don't need it. I got enough light coming in the window, baby. Now, you know you're going to have to get up early tomorrow.
I know.
Okay. Because your heathen comes home. Morning, Simple. It's the Big Larry Show. Running late, but I'm here. Me and my morning coffee. Figure we'll get a few viewers in here. Hope everyone's doing good this morning. Nothing like a fresh hot cup of coffee in the morning. Wake the Big Larry up. Okay, Miss Kitty. Yep, understand.
Making sure you don't miss Miss Kitty.
No, I won't miss her. She'll be here yelling the same thing to me. Drink more water, Larry. Well, don't work yourself too hard, Simple. I know you got to make the money. You got to survive. That's the main thing. Don't know what we're going to talk about yet today, but we'll figure something out like we always do. This is the Big Larry Show. We have open topics. We come in and talk about anything and anybody. And of course, mostly Vaughn Hilton himself. Morning, Toby. You guys have heard parts of my life that, other people ain't. I ain't lived a fantastic life. It ain't been all that, but it ain't been tragicy neither. I mean, I survived. I'm alive. That's the main thing. We're all still alive. Yep, morning cigarette and coffee. You got it. In a doobie as soon as I'm ready. I need a Scooby snack, they call them, huh? My wife calls them Scooby snacks. Well, I need my morning Scooby snack. Good morning, Tom. I thought today my kid was coming home today, but it ain't today. It's tomorrow. Yeah, I think you need to finally do your dishes. Morning, so I was gonna try to get on a few minutes earlier, but it looked like the geek room had the timing this morning. He was there and he was on. I appreciate that, Tom. No, I don't know if Vaughn was on it this morning, but They were talking about G-Man. He was on this morning, so the Geeky Room was talking about G-Man, so they were on, so I waited. I think he's still on, to be honest. I wasn't going to wait after 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock came around and I signed in. Yeah, it's wake and then bake. Yep, so we're lining it all up. Tomorrow morning, my son comes home finally. He's got 2 months at home and then he's back to college again. Is he taking real estate law? No, my son is taking computer science. Yeah, he ain't going to rest at home. I'm putting his ass to work when he gets here. There's no rest. He's been resting in college. It's time to come home and go to work for daddy. Yep. Cool, Toby. Cool. Sounds like I had a visitor yesterday and I didn't even know it, people. One of my blood brothers were on here yesterday. He says it wouldn't let him say anything. It wouldn't let him, but he was able to watch us. So I'm usually 50 to 60 miles from my boss in the courtyard. Cool, cool. Yeah, that is awesome. Yeah, I'm picking up more viewers every day, and that's what I like to see. I love to see my viewers come in. Some don't know what we're talking about, but we have open chat. We talk about anything and everything, even my health. Good morning, Miss Kitty. No, I have not had my glass of water yet. I'm working on it, Miss Kitty. Yep, exactly. Vaughn and J Dubs are hating on Kitty now, Larry. Well, I think Miss Kitty knew it was going to happen. Vaughn talks shit about anybody and everybody. But when we talk shit about him, he gets mad. Get over it, Vaughn Hilton. Hey, J Dubs, for somebody that works, you're still wearing the same shirt. Does your boss let you wear a shirt that you've been wearing for 2 straight weeks? I didn't see them talking about you, Miss Kitty, but someone said they did. Toby said that they were talking about you, Miss Kitty. You know you're good at heart, Kitty, so don't worry about what anyone else says. we love you over here, and I think there's a lot of people on here that love you to death. You are definitely a good woman. Yes, honey. They are blaming you for what Mouse did. Mouse is okay. Mouse has talked to me. She's no problem. She understands what we were telling her. You know, we literally do not want her to try to get them kids back. Same thing with you, Vaughn Hilton. Them kids are in a good place. Why would you want to take them out of a good fucking home that they're getting a bath every day? They're getting hot food every day. They got kids to play with. They're learning. Andrea, you couldn't teach them none of that. Vaughn Hilton, we know you couldn't teach them none of that. And I'll say it clear as day today. Them kids are best right where they are at. When they're 18 years old, if they want to look up their parents, that's up to them. That ain't up to the parents. That ain't up to the foster parents. That ain't even up to God. That is up to them. We all make our choices in life when you turn 18. When I was 18 years old, I had the chance to go see my real father, the man that abandoned me when I was 5 years old. I did. And I found out still at the age of 18, he was a piece of fucking shit. And I'll say it about my own father, people. I still love him because he is my father, but he's still a piece of shit. Exactly, Miss Kitty. The wife says she loves you, Miss Kitty. She's yelling in the background. Got the mud, Nate. I mean, coffee, Nate. Yeah, true, Toby. Two hard headeds can't be friends. True. Very, very true. She's throwing you a bunch of hearts, baby. She's so happy she's took over the bed. Larry didn't get a new bed. He got the old bed. Mommy got the new bed. Nothing like nice smoke, coffee, cream, and sugar. Yep. Somebody was telling me the other day I should cut this into some handlebars like Von Hilton's got. Are they nuts? My wife don't hold on to handlebars. Yeah, I remember them shows. Yeah, I'd like to grow my beard as long as ZZ Top, if you guys have ever heard of that band. And I think everybody has. I like ZZ Top's beards. I think them are pretty cool. Yeah, we knew who you meant. I don't know. That's what I've been waiting. She ought to be giving birth any minute here. Yeah, I see that, Toby. Would I shave my beard off for charity? I'm gonna say it matters what charity, and I would have to talk to the boss first. My boss is sitting in there getting ready to get my second cup of coffee for me. I know she kind of cried when they shaved it when I had my heart surgery. So would she let me shave it? I do not know. She said for a good charity she would let me shave it. I just heard her say it. So today we are just going to talk about open chat, see how everyone's doing. Well, welcome back home. Why are you trying to get me shaved, Nate? If I shave, I can't play Santa Claus this year. Morning, Hayes. Stephen Hayes, I got a question for you. Is your family from around this area? Have you ever checked up on your family tree? I know that's a pretty big name, Hayes. But they're also in my family tree. Later, so glad you stopped in. Well, yeah, I like waking up in the morning, and I do morning shows. I'm still in bed when I start my shows every single morning. I usually don't get out of bed till 11 o'clock or so, unless there's a doctor's office calling me or something's happening in the mornings. We try to schedule everything for the afternoon. That way, I don't have to get up out of bed early. It takes me a good half hour to get out of bed, get in my wheelchair, get dressed. If I got to take a shower, you might as well add another hour. Okay. We were related to some Haze's. That's why I kind of asked. You know how Von Hilton became a ninja, people? Because he was watching the Ninja Turtles. He learned it all from the turtles. If he knows any karate, any martial arts, he learned it all from the Ninja Turtles. Never been in a fight in his life, just like Vaughn never has. Who's that, Hayes? No, I have not, Nate. Tomorrow is my big day. My son comes home tomorrow. They're going to pull out of here about 8:30 in the morning. I don't think she's still mad at me. We're still talking now, Nate. She talked to me 10 minutes after it happened. 45 minutes after it happened, she wanted to go live again. And I told her, well, you know your feelings are going to get hurt again, Andrea. Let's be real. You do not know how to be I'm going to say it clear as day, and if anybody thinks I'm wrong, you tell me. Any parent, you are not a parent. If you will have a set of twins, leave that hospital for 6 weeks and never go up there, never call them, never nothing for 6 weeks. Vaughn Hilton, Andrea, I'm going to say it to both of you. You're lucky they even let you take them kids home. You abandoned them 6 fucking weeks. They should have never even let you take them kids home at all. They should have went straight into fucking foster care. Them kids should have never seen that trailer at all, leaving them there 6 fucking weeks. I wouldn't leave my kids 6 hours, let alone 6 weeks. And if y'all go watch the live video with me and Andrea and Miss Kitty, thank you. Miss Kitty also brought that point up. You do not leave your kids in a hospital 6 weeks without visiting, without calling, without checking up. I don't know if she got a keyboard or not. Told Andrea, and this is the way I feel. Leave them kids where they're at until they're 18. If they decide to come and see you, Andrea, then they did have love for you. They do have respect for you. And hopefully, Andrea, that you're ready when they come to see you. If you ain't got a place, you ain't got on your feet, you ain't did shit in your life, they might not want nothing to do with you. Vaughn Hilton, we already know you ain't did shit with your life. They're definitely going to not want nothing to do with you. Especially when they find out you just took all their inheritance. You took everything. You left your kids nothing. And right now, you say if something would happen to you and you would die, you would not leave them nothing. That you can't. That's bullshit, Vaughn Hilton. I can give the bum on the street my fucking car without a second thought. You can give a house to anybody you fucking please. Vaughn Hilton for being a state taking up real estate law? You don't know that? Well, buddy, you better go back to Ohio because they fucked you without Vaseline. Because that is in law books. Sounds like you were in the 2nd grade law books, not the 12th grade law books. If she's old enough to fucking breed and lay in bed with somebody, she better be ready for the criticism. And I'm going to say that to you, Hayes. She was not a 12-year-old mentally girl. She is up in her 30s now, and she has 4 children. If she can't take care of her children, she needs to quit having fucking kids. And I'll say that to any fucking woman that keeps losing their kids. If you cannot raise your kids, you don't know how to take care of them, don't have them. Vaughn Hilton, you didn't have them. You made them. You only made them for the fucking money. You never loved your kids. You never showed them love. Oh, taking them to the Golden Corral. I remember that. Too bad you didn't pay for it. All you did was the driver. Andrea's mother paid for it. We've been told. Any lie you tell, Vaughn Hilton, we can find the truth. Yeah, babe. My temper's fine. I'm good. I'm taking my blood pressure pills. Bullshit, Hayes. I didn't never felt like a king at the Golden Corral. They don't like me at the Golden Corral. I destroy the meat department. Fuck them salads. Fuck them desserts. Give me the meat. I sit and eat 6, 7, 8 steaks at one time. Yeah, that's how they felt too, Toby. Larry's coming. Lock the doors. My wife's in there laughing. She knows it's true. Exactly, Miss Kitty. Thank you, hon. I think you did great, Miss Kitty. I don't give a shit what anyone says. We put that girl in reality check. She needs to wake up. Them kids are in a damn good place. Leave them alone. You know, you all really just know parts of me. You know what I've put out here. You know what I say and what I do. My world are children around the world. I don't want to see a kid go hungry. I don't want to see a kid get abused. I know what it's like to be abused, being raised. And some people say, well, if parents abuse you, then you're going to abuse your kids. That's a fucking lie. And I can prove that through my life. I was abused. Have I ever abused any of my 4 boys? No. One has got an ass whipping one time. And one of the other ones got to watch it happen. And they have not messed up since. Did you ever get any sausage patties the other day? Because I told you to, so I don't know if you remembered or not. The good ones, not the cheap generic ones like Arnold likes, the good packs. They're in a big old box.
No, I did not.
Well, try to get some tomorrow while you are out. And you can get biscuits now since the oven's working. You coming around to say good morning?
Yeah, I'm trying to put my hair down.
Baby, my hair's all up. I don't worry about what people think I look like. I don't care.
Yeah, but you're not me. So.
Yeah, I know. I'm not you. You don't have to impress me, anybody, honey. You're married to me, and we are stuck together for life. You are stuck with me for life, dear.
No. See my shirt? My Prince shirt. Purple Rain.
She's wearing her Prince shirt, Purple Rain. You could tell which one's Miss Kitty because she just threw her hearts up there.
Yeah, I see her. Hi guys, how are you? Well, I probably won't be around tomorrow much, so that's why I'm talking today. So in case y'all miss me tomorrow.
I was too, Nick. There's no ifs, ands, and buts. I was, Nick.
All right, I'll see you guys.
I wouldn't lie
Love you.
about that. I don't lie about nothing. She says she loves Prince and Purple Rain too.
Really?
Miss Kitty.
Then we'll get along good, won't we now?
She says you guys will get along great, Miss Kitty.
If we ever meet.
You guys will probably be sitting around listening to Purple Rain all day long.
There's only one song that I really like.
Oh no, I'm literally where I've had to go take the branch off the tree and get whipped with the branch. I've been kicked with cowboy boots. I mean, I've had everything thrown at me. No, mine was never with my mother. Mine was always with my stepdad. And I can call him a prick too. And I love him too. And you know something? Today, I still talk to that man. I did. Me and him was talking on Facebook, not but about a couple months back, about, I had to apologize to him. Because I remember with me growing up, I'd always go in there and sneak in there and find a can of raviolis or find a can of tomatoes. I'd find something in there I'd wanted, and I'd get the can opener, open it up, eat the can. He'd come in yelling and screaming, "Don't eat that. That's for dinners. That's for our dinners. You keep eating the food, we ain't going to have nothing for dinner." I always thought he was a mean old fucking prick who was trying to starve me. Well, you know something? 30 something years later, my children are doing it to me. My kids, and I'm not his stepfather, my real children are now doing it to me. They go in there and little Larry will open a whole can of tomatoes, the diced tomatoes, and sit there and eat the whole can. And I'm like, Larry, that's for the spaghetti tomorrow night. Or that's for the chili tonight. Or that's. Your mom canceled Christmas one year? Wow. We barely even knew what Christmas was. Let's say we're both working, and they were both working. My mom, she always worked. My stepdad was in between jobs here and there, and when the Edward Fitzgerald, I know everybody's heard of that boat, sunk, he decided it was time for him to get off the lake freighters. And he was making real good money. He was bringing a little over probably about $8,000 a month. And back in 1975, that is a good paycheck. Robbie, he's a troll. I can tell you right now for a proven fact, known fact, he's a troll. Yes. Because he was afraid their ship would be the next one to go, weather guy. That's what my dad did for a living. My stepdad. He worked on the lake freighters. They would go between Toledo, Cleveland, Wisconsin, delivering coal. Well, driving a truck is a whole lot different than being on a boat that if the weather changes, you could sink and die. I literally don't think the Edward Fitzgerald knew it was going to go down in the lake that morning. Well, I understand, weather guy. Well, he quit his job and then he ended up going to work where my mother worked at. And as soon as I was old enough to get a job where my mother was at, I went ahead and got a job where my mother worked at too. And I can say the name of it because I think they're a piece of shit company who traded out the United States of America for Mexico. Wright Beatrice Hunt Foods, other words known as Hunt Ketchup, Hunt's Pudding Packs. Hunt's makes a lot of different things. My mom did 30 years at Hunt's making the ketchup. They can sue me. I don't care. $23, Poby. If I told you what was in that ketchup, their sales would immediately stop and they'd be filing bankruptcy. Yeah, my mom liked the grave shift. She'd work from 11 to 7. Well, I've helped. They're going to sue me. They're going to sue me. What are they going to get from me? They're going to take my welfare check, my Social Security check. That's about the only thing they can get from me. They want some pieces of hair. Here, I'll give you a piece of hair. It's worth $1 million coming from Big Larry. Didn't you guys smash tomatoes? I never smashed them myself. I've worked the gate belts where they're being unloaded from the trucks and they come in on a water, like a water bath. They're washing them off. They get on the conveyor belts and we got to pick all the garbage, any green leaves on the tomatoes, any twigs coming in with them. You picked all that garbage out and just let the tomatoes stay on the conveyor belt. They go up to a big machine. They all get dumped in a big machine. They get cut up and they get shipped up to the top deck. And that's where my mother sit. And she would order something like 200,000 pounds of tomatoes. It would be put in the kennel, and she would put all the mixtures in it, mix it, ship it down to the machine it's going to, and then that machine will can it, label it, and put them in the boxes. And then there's somebody at the tail line that takes the boxes off, makes sure the tape labels are right, and you put them on pallets. Then you got a forklift driver that comes in there that picks up the pallets and shrink wraps them, put them in the warehouse until one of the stores order them. Yeah. Yeah, and we send Vaughn all the slugs, of course. They had a machine that smashed them all, so that was the good part about it. Morning, Roland. They call them material handlers. Yeah, I used to work what they call the 610 tail line. And that is me. I was taking the boxes off the conveyor belts, putting them on the pallets. And mine was the big cans of tomato juice. Yeah, everything's going to robots now. They got the machines doing all the work. You just got to sit there and make sure the machines don't break down. One thing I did like, though, is when they finally did go out of business, everything they had in their warehouse, they were selling it like crazy. They didn't want to load it all up and take it into Mexico. So they literally started selling it to the workers that used to work there before they all got laid off, fired, transferred to Mexico, whatever happened to them. You know them cases or chocolate pudding, Hunt's chocolate puddings? I was paying $1 a case. I bought over 500 cases of pudding. I bought over 500 cases of pudding, 300 cases just in chocolate. Got 150 cases in butterscotch, got tapioca. There was one or two other kinds too. You know how long I had that pudding, people? Maybe 3 weeks at the longest. I had 500 cases of pudding for about 3 weeks. Yeah, my back would too. The only thing, Robbie, I wasn't the only one. There was 2 or 3 of us back there. So we would like switch over. One would work for an hour, then take a break. The other one would work an hour, take a break. But I'm probably going to get in trouble for this. But that Hunt's pudding, I paid $1 a case. I sold it for $5 a case. I couldn't keep it in the house. I had people lining up in the morning coming to my house to buy that shit. No, I sold most of it, Roland. Well, Secular Marshall, that's your opinion. Yeah, so I made quite a bit of money. Larry's about money, people. I like to hustle money. I'd sell you the Brooklyn Bridge if I can get away with it, or the Golden Gate Bridge, or whatever. $8.54. Robbie, they're complaining about me and Miss Kitty doing that interview with Andrea last week. Weather guy, I want to know the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
I want to know how you get raped on a fucking Greyhound bus.
No, I think that's impossible, but
Yeah, just as my wife said, I think it's impossible. She's rode the Greyhound bus. I've rode a Greyhound bus.
well, I think for 3 days, 2 days.
I want to know how a mother or a father can leave their child in a fucking hospital for 6 weeks without calling, without going up there, without anything.
I don't see
Like
that.
they ain't even got nobody in that fucking hospital. I would have never left the fucking hospital. Oh, I have all kinds of character there, weather guy.
No, that's not nice.
Yeah, she abandoned her kids.
You want to use your ice cream in 5 minutes? It's kind of late.
And then she's going to go out there and say, oh, I'm a good mom. You're a good mom who abandoned your fucking kids for 6 weeks? That ain't a good mom. That ain't even a mom. Yeah, I could use more coffee, baby. Thank you. And your needle's right on the money. 21.
Okay.
So I don't care if somebody don't like me doing that interview. Sorry about your luck. We're still friends, though. You know, you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Miss Kitty has her opinion. At least in the hospital, they were taken care of. I agree with that. And good morning, Todd. Thank you, Robbie. And I have to agree 100% with you. Yeah, and there's another one, you know, old weather guy. What about her leaving them kids with Vaughn Hilton? That's a good mother? To abandon your kids with a worthless piece of shit father? I made 500% profit. Yeah, I mean, I paid $1 a case and sold them for $5 a case. If I can get something cheap enough and I can sell it to somebody else, I'm going to do it. I went one day to a yard sale and seen a Cleveland Brown picture frame with the big old helmet of the Cleveland Browns. I'm wearing Cowboys uniform on me. Cowboy hat, shirt, Emmett Smith shirt. I was like, it's kind of cute picture. He goes, you like Cleveland? I was like, no, but I can burn it. I mean, that's a good thing to start a fire burner. And I kind of looked at him. He giggled at me. I was like, I'll give you $1 for it. He took the $1. I sold it to $20 to a guy that I knew that liked the Cleveland Browns. I went down, living down here, I went and bought a Dale Earnhardt Sr. and about 8 different other NASCAR cars. Dale Earnhardt Sr. was still in the box, never opened, never broke the seal on it. I gave him 12 or 13 bucks for all of them. I sold the Dale Earnhardt Sr. for $50 not 10 minutes after I bought it. Yes, I agree, Misty Day. A lot of people failed them kids. You know, it's just like Robbie just posted out there. I like the Cincinnati Bengal jerseys. Now, if I ever stumble across a Cincinnati Bengal jersey really cheap, guess what? I'm going to jump on it, and me and Robbie's going to be doing some talking. I'll give $1 for it, and I'll tell Robbie, give me $5 for it. I made a profit. Same thing I expect one of you guys, if you guys have got any Jeff Gordon shit you want to get rid of. Don't rob me, but I'll give you a profit. Every one of us collects something. Nick Bravo, I see you like all them pops, whatever they call them things, them little toys. You had a whole bunch of them up behind you one day when doing a live video. And I asked him if he wanted the fireman. Because I got 2 cases of just the fireman.
Less than that.
Well, she says we're less than that now. We've been giving them away like crazy. And he's like, well, if you want to. But then I really looked at Nick's doll collection. And to me, that's what they are. They're a bunch of little dolls. I noticed they were all girls. He didn't have no boy ones. He didn't have a fireman. He didn't have a policeman. He didn't have no men. They were all the women ones. You like the Georgia Bulldogs. I'm an Ohio State Buckeyes fan. You know, when they said my boy got a full scholarship, I was honestly hoping he was going to Ohio State. I literally might have moved back into Ohio if he would have went to the Ohio State Buckeyes camp. They are pretty good, Robbie. They're a good team. Some years are good, some years are bad. But that's in all football. That's in all sports. Hell, I remember when the Detroit Lions were 0-16. No wins the whole year. Now they're starting to rank. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so you guys lose him. Segler Marshall, whatever you say, buddy, it don't matter to me. You can say what you want. I can say what I want. It don't matter. I wanted the truth out there, and I got the truth. No matter if it hurt some little girl mentally, little girl's heart. The mentally little girl needed to wake up, find reality. She wasn't mentally handicapped to lay in bed and have children. If she's mentally handicapped enough to lay in bed and have a kid with Von Hilton, then she can take the abuse. If she can handle the smell, she can handle the abuse. And yeah, exactly, Toby. We still didn't get the truth. I mean, I'm sorry, Todd. I gotta make it where I can see that screen better. Yeah, that's what she said she was trying to do, Nate, and that's where me and Miss Kitty kind of went off. He's here, Todd. And secular Marshall, if she was raped, why didn't she yell rape? You don't think the Greyhound bus would have stopped and pulled over? Or you think they all sat there and watched her get raped? When I got kicked off the bus for smoking a joint, they wasn't sitting there watching me. They literally smelt the shit, pulled the bus over, and threw me the fuck off the bus. So that's only for a fucking joint. Imagine someone being raped. What would have happened? The cops would have been there. They would have literally pulled the fucking bus over on I-75 and had the state patrol there. I don't know if you rode Greyhound once, but try it once, and you'll see what I'm saying. No, they will never, never, Misty, get them kids back. Honestly, weather guy, I don't care if he outlives me or not, tell you the truth. I know I'm headed to the heaven's gates. Von Hilton, I don't know where he's headed. I will go to the heaven gates. I might not get in them heaven's gates, but I'm going. Well, I would have took the stabbing and yelled. So instead of being just going to jail for a rape, the man would have been going for attempted murder. So instead of getting 10 years in life, he's doing 40 years of life. Alice is going to sweet talk him and let me in. Well, Robbie, in my book, in my life, every one of us is going to heaven, but only some of us are getting in the gates. God and Jesus will be at the gates letting us in. Von Hilton, I can't say you're going into the heaven's gates. I can't say you're not, because nobody knows but God and Jesus. But I'm going to tell you one thing, there, Von Hilton. You're worshiping the wrong gods. And the first commandment says, worship no other gods besides me. Worship no other gods besides me. Vaughn, you got gods. The god of stupidity, the god of money. Them are your gods. Well, I think my physical therapist person has just arrived. So I'm going to have to get off here and get my physical therapy in today. They were here yesterday to do the talking and getting the scheduling and finding out what meds, check my blood pressure and all that yesterday. Today it's workout day. They're going to come in here, they're going to work on my legs, stretch them out, keep them moving. So before she gets in here, people, or he gets in here just like I ordered. I ordered a man. I didn't want a woman. Because if I'm going to stand up, I want to make sure it's a man big enough to catch me. No, I'm not doing that right now, Nate. Not on our first day. I'm going to get used to him. Maybe after we start getting going, maybe I could. Yeah, I've been out of the bed 2 or 3 times this week, Todd, and that's been doing me really good. It's like when the ambulance took me out of here, and when they brought me back, they were going to carry me in my wheelchair. I told them, no, I don't want to be carried in my wheelchair. I want to walk in. So I literally wrapped my arms around both of these big boys, and they walked me in. My feet were moving. Yeah, I ordered 2 big men. The wife's letting them in the door. Peace out, everybody. Have a good day.